What's going on, Canopy growth traders and investors? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Today is Tuesday, July 1st. Happy Canada Day. And today's video is going to be based on Canopy growth getting it on the chin again today. So nothing new. We're pretty much accustomed to this at this point, but the stock has been super volatile. Nothing really new for Canopy growth. But the next target that we're going to be looking at is 93 cents. We had multiple bear flags confirm. So we're going to take a look at that. There were two different time frames, but I'll bring up the chart, what to expect in terms of the technicals, the price action, in the days, weeks, months ahead. I'll give my thoughts and opinions. But as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, like the video, and that way you'll be notified as well on any future content that I post. And I had a lot of questions about this today. I didn't see anything news related on CGC, so it looks like mostly just technical at this point. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. So jumping into the CGC chart, I know it's frustrating. The S&P 500, new all-time highs back to back, and the last couple of weeks, and it's just not popular right now. We have some things happening behind the scenes. We've got different celebrities urging the new administration to reschedule it. And there's talks that, there was some rumors of a House of Representatives staffer saying that Trump said they're going to move soon on it. I think they will. And it's probably going to happen very, very quickly. And, at the end of the day, you have to remember that things are like, this has been 4 years that we've been in a bear market, right? So you're not just going to lift yourself out of a bear market without anything substantial, right? It can't just be celebrities urging people to do it. It can't be, even if a new administration or a new president comes in and says, I want to legalize it. No one cares at this point, right? It'd be different if we were in the middle of a bull market or in 2021 or in 2018, if something similar happened with the U.S., a representative in Congress, or if it was a elected official or president, whatever you want to call it. If they came out and said, let's reschedule it, things would have erupted. Look at what happened in 2021, just when the Dems took control of the Senate, but it ended up being a huge flop. So what we need is concrete something, a catalyst that's concrete, right? It's either going to be rescheduling and not just, progress. It needs to happen, and we need to see 280E go away. Everybody needs to be confident that it's going to be official, right? That it is official, not just promises or progress, right? So we need something like that, or safer banking, actual uplisting for the NYSE and the NASDAQ, something like that happening. We need something concrete, right? And I think rescheduling makes the most sense, and then safer banking sometime before, the midterms. But another thing is MJ stocks are just not popular at the moment, right? Look at some of the names, right? It's big tech, crypto, AI, electric vehicles. Those will continue to be the hot topic at the moment until, it's no longer the case, right? And right now, crypto legislation is going on in the U.S. So you've got the Genius Act, you've got stablecoin legislation. After that, there's going to be a Clarity Act, right? Some sort of market structure bill. So again, it's going to be a while before MJ really takes the spotlight again. But in my opinion, after this crypto legislation, I think they're going to pivot towards MJ. And if you look at how popular crypto is in the US, some would say that MJ is even more popular, right? Because it's tangible and people want it. 70, 80% of the US wants it. Citizens want it, right? The people. So, at the end of the day, we just have to be patient and keep in mind that Canopy was just at 77 cents, ran almost to $2. So to see us back down around $1.13, that's kind of to be expected at this point, right? If you look at where we were, like I said, not too long ago, it was the high. We were ultra overbought, which is essentially a new Powell algo indicator that I created. When you're overbought on the hourly, the 4-hour, and the daily time frame, it will send alerts, and that's what happened. And then from that ultra overbought signal, you would have been notified on May 22nd that we were ultra overbought, and we closed that day at $1.90. So if you look at the downside from there, $1.90, that would have saved you 40% of downside just having that ultra overbought and ultra oversold indicators. And if we bring up ultra oversold, which I don't think I have it on the chart here right now, so I'll have to, there it is right here actually. So look at the last time we were ultra oversold. We had 2 alerts in a row, and one here we saw a pretty decent bounce, but 2 in a row. And then we had a massive bounce from that ultra oversold. So from ultra oversold to the high there, we were up 158%. Then we got the ultra overbought. And then you have to factor in as well, how much did we run in a very, very short period of time. And then, you can look at the chart here as well. On the 2-hour time frame, you can say, okay, we have a 2-hour bear flag. So if we go from the high to the low here, it was a very weak bounce. We had our measured move of $1.17. We had $1.16. You literally can't make this stuff up, right? It's just technical analysis 101. But then you say, okay, well, that's great. Now we're dropping to a lower low today. So you say, okay, well, let's zoom out to the next time frame, when that would be the daily time frame. Look at the daily. It's a daily bear flag. So that's just even more confluence and even more reassurance that, we're probably going to see more downside from here. So from my perspective, it's just technical at this point. And the fact that, it ran from 77 cents to $2 had no business being there, especially that quickly. And when something goes up that much in a very, very short period of time, you need to expect a 40-50% pullback, especially with Canopy and especially with MJ. So from the daily time frame here, you just take your fib tool again at the high to the low. Anything under $1.37 on this daily bounce was a weak bounce. We didn't even get above $1.29, which is the 0.236. So then you just take your measured move from that high to the low, swing high to swing low, and then move it out to your 0.32 fib, and you can see here the target's 93 cents. We just lost, once we lost $1.16, that confirmed the daily bear flag, and we closed at the low of the day today. So it's not looking too good. I wouldn't be surprised if from today's low, we dropped another 15 to 17% and hit that daily bear flag target of, like I said, 93 cents. We're also close to seeing a bearish triple thunder crossover, which occurs when we lose the 10-week moving average. You see a stochastic bear cross on the weekly time frame, and the MACD follows and sees a bear cross. So the only thing we haven't seen yet is the MACD, but it is getting dangerously close to seeing that bear cross. And if that were to happen, then that would give us the bearish triple thunder crossover, and would not be good. We're still well below all of our weekly moving averages, our daily moving averages well below all of those once again, and it's going to be a while before we see a golden cross with the 50 crossing through the 200-day. I would say at least a month before we see that, maybe even a little bit more. Obviously, news can change it, but I'm not expecting anything massive in the sector because, like I said, it's all crypto, blockchain, AI, right? Big tech. That's the focus right now. And like I said, crypto legislation is coming through. We're just seeing the stablecoin, right? The early stages of legislation in the U.S. And then after that, they're going to want to get a market structure out before August recess. And typically, MJ stocks don't do well in the summer. You usually see a summer lull. And then into the fall is typically the seasonality effect. And it just makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, to get that out of the way. Crypto's already a multi-trillion-dollar, with a T, right, industry. And MJ is just a $100 billion industry, right? It'll be lucky to even be a $1 trillion industry in 10 or 20 years from now, right? So it's obviously, it's not very big potatoes. They have other things to worry about that are much more lucrative and much more important to the economy, like changing the whole world financial system, right? So that's what they're doing with this new crypto innovation and technology. They're upgrading the financial system. Look at Robinhood. They talked about tokenizing stocks, having 24/7 trading. You'll be able to buy 0.0001 of Tesla stock or whatever stock, CGC stock, whatever you want to call it. It's all going on the blockchain, folks. It's all going to be trading 24/7, 365. Anybody who didn't think that crypto is going to have staying power, they're crazy. And anybody who thinks that MJ is down and out is crazy as well. This industry isn't going anywhere. It's just there's other priorities. There's worlds going on. There's conflicts. There's other things. But eventually, it will be MJ's time to shine again. And that time is just not right now. But in my opinion, it's going to be very, very close. All right, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section below. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll catch you on the next one.